Sejahtera. How are you today, girls? I hope you are always in healthy condition and always in high motivation to learn. Okay, so for today we are going to cover chapter 2, cell biology and organization. Okay, please look at in your textbook on page 20 and 21. Okay, so in this chapter 2, there are 4 subtopics that you have to cover. Okay, first is 2.1 cell structure and function, 2.2 living process in unicellular organism, 2.3 living process in multicellular organisms, and 2.4 levels of organization in multicellular organisms. Okay. Okay, now we look at 2.1. Okay. So this is the subtopic that you are going to cover for today. 2.1 cell structure and function. So these are the list of the learning standards that you have to cover for today. Okay. So first, prepare microscope slide of animal and plant cells. 2. Identify the structure of animal and plant cell based on observation through a light microscope. Okay, so don't worry for these 2 learning standards that because we are going to do the experiment after the school open. Okay, then for number 3. Analyze the components of animal and plant cells as seen on micrograph. Okay, so today we are going to cover this one. We are going to analyze the component of animal and plant cell. And also number 4, state the main function of components of the animal and plant cells. And number 5, compare and contrast components of animal and plant cells. Okay, so make sure you can cover this learning standard, 2.1.3, 2.1.4, 2.1.5 today. You can achieve this learning standard for today. Okay, now take a look on this slide of the animal cell. So this is the structure of the animal cell. Now we are going to analyze the component of the animal cell. Okay, first look at the outer layer here. The outer layer of the animal cell consists of plasma membrane. Plasma membrane. And then, okay, look at the biggest organelle inside the animal cell here. This is nucleus. Inside the nucleus there is nucleolus. Nucleolus. Make sure you can pronounce and spell the components correctly. Correctly. And then the nearest organelle to the nucleus. So this is rough endoplasmic reticulum. Rough endoplasmic reticulum. And then the small dot that scatter in the cytoplasm and also attach in the rough endoplasmic reticulum is called ribosome. Ribosome. The small dot that attach to the rough endoplasmic reticulum. And then here, so this is smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Smooth endoplasmic reticulum. And then, okay, this one, this is Golgi Apparatus. Golgi Apparatus. Okay, and then the blue color here, so this is centriole. Centriole. And this is mitochondrion. 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 And then this is lysosome. Lysosome. And last but not least here, okay, the jelly-like medium here. Okay, the jelly-like medium here. Okay, it is cytoplasm. Cytoplasm. So make sure you can analyze, you can identify all the components of the animal cells. Yeah, make sure you can differentiate between the components. Okay, now we look at the plant cell. Yeah, plant cell. Yeah, plant cell consists of cell wall, the outer layer there, the cell wall, and then this plasma membrane. Yeah, okay, the plasma membrane, and then the nucleus here, nucleolus. Yeah, the nucleolus here, and then here this is the rough endoplasmic reticulum, and also the smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, and then this one is Golgi Apparatus. This is the vacuole. Yeah, vacuole, the mitochondrion, and also the chloroplast. Make sure you can differentiate between mitochondrion and the chloroplast. Yeah, okay, mitochondrion, the structure is like this, it's folded, and then the chloroplast. Okay, chloroplast, the green color. Yeah, the green color here. Okay, then okay, what's more? Okay, so this is the cytoplasm. Yeah, the jelly-like medium. Yeah, the jelly-like medium. Okay, so this is the plant cell. Okay, now we look at the component. Yeah, we look at the component of the plant cell and animal cell in details. Yeah, in details. So what is non-organelle? Okay, what is a non-organelle? Yeah? So non-organelle refers to the structure or the component which is not the organelle. So what is organelle? Organelle refers to the tiny structure, yeah, tiny structure inside the cytoplasm. So the rest of it are non-organelle, yeah, such as cell wall. Yeah, cell wall is the example of the non-organelle, and then the plasma membrane is also non-organelle, and cytoplasm. Yeah, okay. So there are three components which are non-organelle: cell wall, plasma membrane, and cytoplasm. Okay, we look one by one. Okay, cytoplasm consists of a jelly-like medium that contains organelle. Yeah, okay, jelly-like medium that contains organelle. Yeah, okay. So this is cytoplasm. Function act as a medium for biochemical reaction. Yeah, medium for biochemical reaction. Okay, so that is a cytoplasm. Now we move to the plasma membrane. Okay, this is the plasma membrane. Yeah, plasma membrane. The characteristic of the plasma membrane made of phospholipids and protein. So these are the phospholipid and these are the protein. Okay, these are the proteins. So these are the phospholipid. So make sure, okay, make sure you can differentiate. Yeah, what is a phospholipid and protein. But don't worry, because we are going to learn more in the chapter 3. Okay, the other characteristic of the plasma membrane, partially permeable or semi-permeable. Yeah, semi-permeable means it only allows certain substance to pass through it freely. Right? Okay. Function of the plasma membrane: separate contents of cell from external environment. Yeah. So this is the external environment. This is inside the cell. So the plasma membrane will separate the content of the cell from external environment. And another one function is control movement of substances into and out of the cell. So this is the main function of the plasma membrane. Controls movement of substances into and out of the cell. Okay, now we look at the cell wall. Yeah, so this is the cell wall. Yeah, cell wall. So the characteristic of the cell wall, a strong and rigid outer layer. Yeah, lapisan luar yang sangat kuat dan keras made from cellulose fiber, cellulose fiber, and fully permeable. Fully permeable means it allows all the substance to pass through it freely. It allows all the substance pass through it freely. Okay. And function, the function of the cell wall, maintain the shape of the plant cell and also provide mechanical support to plant cell. Okay, make sure you can differentiate the non-organelle and then the characteristics of the non-organelle and also its main function. At least one function you can memorize that. Okay, now we move to the what is organelle. Okay. Organelle. So what is organelle? Organelle is a tiny cellular structure that perform a specific function. It is a tiny cellular structure that embedded in the cytoplasm. Okay. It is a very small structure. Struktur-struktur yang ada di dalam cytoplasm is called as organelle. Okay. Most organelles have membrane. The biggest organelle in the cell is nucleus. Okay, now we look one by one of the organelles. Okay, first, the biggest organelle or the largest component in the cell, which is nucleus. Nucleus, the largest component in the cell. It is spherical and enclosed in the nuclear membrane. Okay, dia berbentuk spherical and enclosed by the nuclear membrane or nuclear envelope here. Okay. The nucleus contains chromosome, nucleolus, and nucleoplasm. So this is the nucleolus. And then, okay, the straight line here yang berbentuk berbenang ya, this is referred to the chromatin or the chromosome. Okay. Okay, function of the nucleus controls all the cell activities. Control all cell activities. As chromosome that contain DNA which determine the cell characteristic. So you have to remember at least one function of the nucleus. Okay, the other organelles inside the cell. Okay, what are they? Endoplasmic reticulum. Endoplasmic reticulum. So there are two types of endoplasmic reticulum. First, rough endoplasmic reticulum, or we can call it as RER. RER, that has ribosome attached to the surface. So RER, you can use, but not in the writing an essay or writing in the structure. So if you want to write in the exam, make sure you have to write the full name, the full name of the terms, rough endoplasmic reticulum, and then for the first time, and then you can use RER for the next sentence. Okay, then second types of the endoplasmic reticulum is smooth endoplasmic reticulum or SER. It does not have any ribosome. So how to differentiate between these two endoplasmic reticulum? We have to take a look on the ribosome. If the ribosome attached to it, so this is the rough endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, so for this one, SER, the ribosome does not attach to it. Right? Okay, make sure you can differentiate between these two reticulum. Okay, I repeat. For the RER or rough endoplasmic reticulum, there is a ribosome attached to it. The small dot here is referred to the ribosome. Okay, if SER, there is no ribosome attached to it. So make sure you can differentiate between these two endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, function of the RER. What is the function of the RER? RER transport protein synthesized by the ribosome, or in short, just you can write transport protein. transport protein. That is a function of the rough endoplasmic reticulum. For the SER, or smooth endoplasmic reticulum, the function is synthesize and transport glycerol and lipids. Synthesize and transport glycerol and lipids. The other function is carries out detoxification of drug. Okay, so these are the function of the SER. SER. Okay, next we go to the ribosome. Ribosome is a small, compact and spherical granules. Consists of the protein and RNA. Ribosomes are present on the surface of RER or exist freely in the cytoplasm. Okay, so ribosome attached to the RER. So the ribosome attached to the RER here. Okay, and then the ribosome function is, if we look at the ribosome function, site for protein synthesis. Site for protein synthesis. Or in other words, you can write synthesize the protein. Synthesize the protein. Okay, so look at this diagram also. We can look a little bit clear on the ribosome then. The small dot or the red dot here. So these are all the ribosome. So all of these are rough endoplasmic reticulum. And this one is smooth endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, next we go to the mitochondrion. Mitochondrion is a singular. If plural, we call as mitochondria. Mitochondrion is a singular. If plural, it is called as mitochondria. So make sure you can write it correctly. And also make sure you can spell it correctly. Because many students will confuse. To write it correctly. Sometimes they spell as mitochondrion. Okay, no, but not like that. Okay, the correct spelling is mitochondrion if it is a singular. If plural, mitochondria. mitochondria. Make sure you can understand. You can understand and make sure you can pronounce it and spell it correctly. Okay. Here we go to the characteristics. It is a root sheet. Berbentuk root sheet consists of two layers of membrane. Outer and inner membrane, and contain enzymes. Enzyme for cellular respiration. Function as a site for cellular respiration. Site for cellular respiration. And the other function, generate energy. Right? You can just write generate energy. So if in the exam, or if the question asking about what is the function of the mitochondrion, you can write generate energy. That's all. Or produce energy. Or as a site for cellular respiration. Okay, next we go to the Golgi apparatus. Golgi apparatus, a characteristic consists of a stack of parallel flattened sac. Parallel flattened sac. Okay, parallel flattened sac. Okay, so that is a Golgi apparatus. The function of the Golgi apparatus: process, modifies, packs, and transport protein. Also carbohydrates and glycoprotein. So if you want to write the function, if you want to memorize the function, you can memorize process, memproses, modifies, modifies ni maksudnya mengubah, sesuai, pack, packaging. Pack ni bermaksud membungkus, and transport, dan menghantar, protein. yeah, until protein. So you can write process, modify, packs, and transport protein. Okay, that is the function of the Golgi apparatus. Okay, vacuole. Yeah, vacuole only consists in the plant cell. It is a liquid filled sac, which is the cell sap. Yeah, so inside the vacuole, there is a cell sap. And there is a liquid called as cell sap. So a vacuole is surrounded by tonoplast. Yeah, okay, by tonoplast. Yeah, the layer that cover the vacuole we call as tonoplast. Cell sap contains water, sugar, amino acids, mineral enzyme, and also gases. Okay, what is the function of the vacuole? Store nutrients and waste products, and also control cell turgidity. So at least you can remember one of the function of the vacuole, and the vacuole in the plant cell. Okay, next we go to the chloroplast. Yeah, chloroplast also only consists in the plant cell. Characteristic contains chlorophyll pigment in the grana that give plants green color. Okay, so inside the chloroplast there is a granum or grana here. In the grana there is a chlorophyll pigment. So the chlorophyll pigment is green in color, so it will cause the plant turn green. Okay. Function of the chloroplast: absorb sunlight. The main function, yeah. Function. So if you want to write in the exam what is the function of the chloroplast, you can just write absorb sunlight during photosynthesis. Yeah. Okay. Easy, right? Okay. Lysosome. Okay. Lysosome. Okay. If you look at here, so this is the refer to the lysosome. Lysosome here. Lysosome here. Okay. So lysosome is a small spherical sac, contains hydrolytic enzyme. What do you mean by hydrolytic? Hydrolytic refer to the characteristic of the breaking down. Ya, maksudnya lysosome mengandungi enzim yang memecahkan, ya, breakdown, ya, breakdown complex molecule into the simpler molecules. Ya. Okay, function of the lysosome: hydrolyze complex organic molecules such as protein and lipid. Ya, memecahkan organic molecule yang complex, yang the bigger one into the smaller one. Okay, the other function: break down bacteria and components of the damaged cell. So if there is a damaged component inside the cell, the old components of the cells, so the hydrolyze will break it down into smaller components. Okay, so this is the function of the lysosome. Okay, centriole. Yeah, so this is referred to the centriole. Centriole, okay, the structure is like this. Small cylindrical component that only exists in animal cell. So only exists in animal cell. Okay. Function: form spindle fiber during cell division in animal cells. Yeah, form spindle fiber. Okay, we are going to discuss more about the spindle fiber in the chapter 6. Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. Then, okay, this one is the last one, right? You have to know the similarities and differences between animal cell and plant cell. Okay, if you look at here, so this is the structure of plant cell, of animal cells under light microscope. And this is the structure of the plant cell under light microscope. So after you do the experiment on this, on the experiment on the animal cell and plant cell, so make sure you can observe the structure under light microscope. Okay. Okay, now we go to the similarities. Yeah, similarities. Both cells are made of nucleus, cytoplasm, plasma membrane, Golgi apparatus, mitochondrion, endoplasmic reticulum, and ribosome. Okay, so these are the similarities. Yeah, similarities for both animal cell and also plant cell. Okay, for the differences. Yeah, differences plant cell and animal cell. Okay, plant cells has a fixed shape. Yeah, why does it has a fixed shape? Because it has cell wall. Yeah, okay, and then the animal cells does not have a fixed shape. So if in the exam, in the essay form, if you want to write the differences between the plant cell and animal cell, so you better you do in a table, okay, and then you can compare it correctly. Okay, the second difference has a cell wall. Plant cell has a cell wall, while animal cells does not have a cell wall. Okay, the third difference is plant cell has chloroplast, while animal cells does not have chloroplast. Okay, the number four, plant cell has a large vacuole, vacuole, while animal cells have no vacuole, or if present, it is small. Or you can just write animal cells have no vacuole. And then, okay, plant cells store carbohydrate in the form of starch, while animal cells store carbohydrate in the form of glycogen. Okay, last one, plant cell does not have a centriole, while animal cell has centriole. Okay, is there any more difference? Yeah, is there any more? Okay, alright. Okay, we look at this. This one is is a simpler form. Okay, so this is a double bubble map. Okay, in the center refer to the similarities. Similarities, and this one refer to the differences. Okay, the same thing that we just discussed in the previous slide just now. Okay, so these are all the similarities. So if in the essay form, you have to write the similarities and differences between animal cell and plant cell. So you can write this one as a point. For example, both cells have Golgi apparatus. Okay, 1 point. Second point, both cells have plasma membrane. The second point, or second similarity. The third similarity, both cells have mitochondria. Okay, and the fourth similarity, both cells have nucleus. Yeah, okay, number 5, both cells have ribosome. Number 6, both cells have cytoplasm. And number 7, both cells have endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, while the difference you can write in whether you can do in the table or also you can write in the paragraph form. Yeah. Okay, later I will explain more about that. Alright. Okay, don't worry. Okay, don't worry about that. Maybe we can do the exercise together and then we try to answer it correctly. Okay, so that's all in the 2.1. Yeah, 2.1 cell structure and function. Make sure you can analyze all the components of animal and plant cells and also memorize the function, at least one function of the component, and then make sure you can compare and contrast the components of animal and plant cell. Okay, so that's all for today, girls. Okay, I hope you can understand. Yeah, if you do not understand, please watch this video many times, and also you can ask me anytime. Yeah, PM to me, so don't be afraid. Yeah, do not hesitate to PM me. Okay, alright, so we'll see again in the next video. Okay, so so please take care of yourself, and then we'll see again. Thank you, girls.